Hello, what's happening? I have spent 30 minutes maybe with the Apple Vision Pro. Last time I probably made an Apple video for this YouTube channel was the MacBook Pro, original MacBook Pro with the Intel Dual Boot, like 2006. Probably my last Apple video, so 20 years almost. The Apple Vision Pro has got some pros and it's got some cons. I guess only spent 30 minutes in it, so maybe a little longer. So maybe that's not a fair assessment. But the immersion in the Apple Vision Pro is pretty neat. I did, the ability to have any kind of surrounding around you was very immersive. Felt like I was actually looking over the cliff in a huge mountain. I did the dinosaur app, which was kind of cool. I felt like I was in Jurassic Park in that scene where they're like, you know, they can't see if you don't move. I had a butterfly virtually land on my finger. I could interact with the dinosaur. I could make him sit and he could kind of follow me around. He'd follow my hand around. Kind of gimmicky stuff, but that was kind of neat to experience. The keyboard is cool. I'll record a demo of the keyboard really quick and include it. The keyboard meaning it's just it's invisible, right? But you can see it with the Vision Pro on, and it's responsive. So as you're typing into thin air, which feels a little weird, but also kind of neat, it is responsive. You can hear the clicks. You definitely hear them. Hear the clicks just like you'd be punching your keys on an iPhone. That was a pretty cool experience. Not like super realistic, I don't think. I did do a demo of some enterprise software at the company I work at. Not a real demo, but just use the product with the Apple Vision Pro, and I was surprised to see. And it's not an Apple piece of software, right? So, and I was expecting it to be maybe not as easy to use, but it navigated it perfectly. It could find those little nuances with my eyes perfectly. So being able to move around the screen with my eyes, to find the buttons that I want to click with my fingers just by tapping my fingers, and to move around with the eyes was pretty cool. It's almost like when I went back to the keyboard after that, I could see how fast you can move with your eyes and your fingers doing things. I don't know about typing quite yet, but that was the ability to click around and move around with your eyes and in the tapping of your finger. Pretty neat. Yeah, those are probably most of the pros. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I guess another pro would be that the kind of a pro and a con, the battery pack here for the Apple Vision Pro looks like an iPhone. So if you were going to be walking around your house and the office and the street in real life, even, this wouldn't, it's a little heavier than an iPhone. It wouldn't be so out of place in your pocket, although I suppose you'd have two iPhones at that point in your pocket. Feeling like iPhones because you probably have your actual phone. But it was, the device is a little heavier than I expected. And when I go to take it off, like for example, let me throw it on real quick here. And you can tighten it up there's this thing on whatever side it's on to right here to tighten it up. And I probably can't see it, which is cool. But when I go to take it off, I find myself, actually I didn't do it this time. I find myself like and as you see it, as I'm taking it off, this piece flies up. So this is just like a little cushion for you. And if you remove it like that, touching the cushion connector, like most people probably will, because you're going to be trained. You're trained just in general from touching, you don't want to smudge your screen. That will come off. That's kind of, that's annoying, but whatever. I don't know why they make it so easy to come off. Maybe so the devices can be used in a more shared setting, and you can kind of come in with your own sweaty, comfort thing. Maybe that's why. But yeah, I thought it was a little heavy. I probably can't see myself wearing it for, that long. And I guess the worst part about it, I expected it to operate and behave like a computer with polarized lenses from like Maui Jim or some sort of sunglasses, like quality sunglasses brand. That's what I was expecting. So like when I put on the headset and I look around, I look at other screens, I look at my own phone screen, I look at the computer screen, it is blurry. It is very blurry. I don't know if it's a refresh rate. This is 100 hertz refresh rate. I don't know if my screen's 120. The screen I'm looking at right now is 120 hertz refresh rate. And here I am logging into the Apple Vision Pro, literally using my eyeballs to type in my password and click with my finger, which is pretty cool. I got to say, I do love the experience of navigating with this thing. I just wish that the reality in the virtual reality wasn't so blurry. Like, it's blurry. It shouldn't be blurry, right? I don't know why it's necessarily blurry to me, but it is. I did some Googling, and I think that's pretty common. And apparently this is why people are returning them, because the reality in the augmented or artificial reality is blurry. It's like putting on those drunk glasses when you're looking beyond the Apple display. I mean, the display itself is crystal clean and clear, as you've probably seen in a million videos. But what I see right now, when I look beyond, the app screen and the home screen and all the cool apps on the Apple Vision Pro, is a blurry experience. So if you're going to be using this, you're going to need to be just using this. There was that video where the guy was watching basketball game and looking at live stats. I don't think that person was using their actual TV. I'd have to go back and check. But if you are, I imagine it's going to be blurry. I guess I could walk downstairs and go check out the 75-inch and see if it's still blurry, but everything's blurry. I mean, I'm looking at my keyboard, and it's blurry. I feel like I don't wear glasses. I have decent vision, but when I look at things through this, I feel like I'm wearing glasses that aren't for me. Again, that's the reality in here. The reality beyond the lens, said it a million times here, is blurry, which is, I don't know. I think that's kind of unfortunate. So yeah, I guess those are the only things I really have to say about it. The immersion's cool. I'm excited to test out some more of the apps in the event I don't return the device in the next 2 weeks. Virtual keyboard is kind of neat. Being able to move those things around is kind of neat. It's all neat. Is it practical? Definitely not. Not yet. I definitely see the future of this thing being used when it's lighter, maybe perhaps standing up to more rigorous environments like the outdoors, maybe someone, wiring up an electrical panel, teaching folks how to, do certain hands-on tasks. But again, none of that stuff's going to be relevant if the blurriness in the reality is still there. So that's my take. I haven't spent a lot of time with it. This is coming raw. This is just fresh and raw, coming to you right after I unboxed it, set it up, put it on, and tried out some of the apps, including Safari and demoing some enterprise software, which worked great. So yeah, if you're on the fence, it's definitely cool. It feels cool. You feel it in your body when you're doing those immersive experiences. But if you want to use it in addition to operating in real life, I don't know. Like that video with the guy in Manhattan or wherever it was, walking down the sidewalk, using it, moving things around. The rest of his reality must have been blurry. So I just don't see that being a good experience. I don't think I need glasses, but if I do and that's what fixes this, hey, it is what it is. But I really don't think so. I think it's just blurry in the reality. So that's my major gripe. Yeah, it's a little heavy. What do you expect? It's like wearing a heavy, like ski goggles. It's like wearing heavy ski goggles, and you can really feel it right in here. At least I did. So I'm going to mess around with it a little more. It's definitely cool. It feels cool to use, almost like the first time you use the iPad or the iPhone. Kind of mind-blowing. But I'm just not sure it's practical, and I just can't get over reality in the artificial reality or augmented reality being blurry. I expected it to be crystal clean, like almost like polarized lens style. Now, so that's my take. If you like the video, give her an old like and hit me up for any comments or questions you may have about this stuff. I'm happy to chat about it and talk more in detail. So thanks for watching and take care.